Hello, my name is Noah Johnson. Today I will be discussing U.S.-Mexico border security and immigration reform. This issue combines both domestic and foreign policy because it affects the United States internally while also involving relationships with Mexico and other countries. I will explain the problem, who is affected, arguments for both sides, my opinion, and possible solutions. Immigration refers to people moving to another country to live permanently or temporarily. Border security refers to government efforts to control who enters the country. This issue has become increasingly important because the United States has experienced millions of immigrant encounters at its borders in recent years. According to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, there were approximately 2.1 million encounters at the southwest border during fiscal year 2024. The United States has a long history of immigration. Policies have evolved from relatively open immigration in the 1800s to more regulated systems today. Recent administrations have used different approaches, including border barriers, asylum reforms, deportation policies, and humanitarian programs. If the government fails to address this issue, there could be consequences such as overcrowded immigration courts, increased pressure on public services, security concerns, and continued political division. The major stakeholders include immigrants seeking opportunities or protection, American citizens, border communities, businesses, and the federal government. For migrants, immigration policies can determine whether they can legally enter the United States and pursue safety or economic opportunity. For U.S. citizens and taxpayers, immigration policies affect spending on border enforcement, social services, and public infrastructure. The federal government spends billions of dollars annually on border security operations and immigration enforcement. Costs include staffing, detention facilities, court proceedings, and technology. Congress regularly appropriates billions for customs and border protection and immigration and customs enforcement operations. Legally, the government must balance national sovereignty and border control with obligations under U.S. and international asylum laws. From an economic perspective, immigration can provide labor for industries such as agriculture, construction, and healthcare. Supporters argue immigrants contribute to economic growth and tax revenues, while critics argue that large-scale immigration may increase costs for public services. Arguments of both sides. Supporters of stronger border security argue that the government must enforce existing laws and protect national sovereignty. They believe higher levels of unauthorized immigration can strain local resources and create security concerns. They point to the millions of border encounters recorded in recent years as evidence that stronger enforcement is necessary. On the other hand, supporters of broader immigration reform argue that many immigrants are seeking safety from violence, prosecution, or economic hardship. They believe expanding legal immigration pathways can and improving the asylum system would reduce unauthorized crossings. They also argue that immigrants help fill labor shortages and contribute to economic growth. Both sides agree that the current immigration system faces significant challenges, but they differ on how those challenges should be addressed. My opinion is that the United States needs a balanced approach that combines strong border security with immigration reform. I support secure borders because every country has the right to control entry and enforce its laws. At the same time, I believe the immigration system should provide fair and efficient pathways for people who qualify for legal entry or asylum. I selected this topic because it is one of the most important issues in American politics today. It affects national security, foreign relations, the economy, and millions of people directly. It is also a topic that receives significant media attention and often influences elections and public policy debates. The facts show that current policies have struggled to keep pace with immigration trends, which is why meaningful reform remains an important national discussion. In conclusion, immigration and border security remain among the most complex policy issues facing the United States. I recommend increasing the use of border technology and surveillance systems to improve efficiency. The government should also hire more immigration judges to reduce case backlogs, which have reached millions of pending cases. Additionally, legal immigration pathways should be expanded and streamlined to reduce incentives for unauthorized crossings. The United States should also work closely with Mexico and other countries to address the root causes of immigration. These changes could improve security, strengthen the economy, and create a more effective immigration system. Thank you for listening.